Hey everybody, how you doing? Finally out in the shop this week. It's been a long week and I just have not, I've been too tired. So I haven't got out here much at all. Sorry about the glasses. I was just outside with my son-in-law. He come by to get a suitcase and the sun darkened my glasses. I've got the side 2 of the UFO album on the stereo. I'm getting ready to go up top and gather a bunch of blanks. So I'm going to go ahead and make another chaos blank. I'm going to do a little bit of a different twist to it. Don't know if I'll film it or not, but I have an idea for what I want to do with these blanks. So actually it was the idea I wanted to do with the first set of blanks, but never got around to doing it. I got this still in clamps. This is the shelf for my turntable. I'll get it out of clamps here, get the next piece glued up, and then I'll start trimming those blanks to make the chaos. What else have I got to tell you guys? I do have a package to open on the camera later. That's about it. I'm just going to gather up some blanks and I'll keep you posted on how things progress today. Oh, I do have a story for you. My buddy, Joe Hicks, who is a machinist, machined the bottom piece for my quick change tool post for my Atlas lathe. And I sent him the tool post holder so that he could machine it to fit perfectly, because all I really need to send him, this guy, you send him dimensions, he could do it, but I was concerned I would not do well with giving him the exact proper dimensions. So I thought, you know what, send him the piece, that way he can measure it himself with his own calipers. This guy knows how to do it. He's got 25 years experience. You know, this is small to him. This is nothing compared to the stuff he's done. So I send it off to him. Last Friday, he sends me a text photo of a receipt for the post office. It's going to be in on Tuesday. Tuesday, I go to the post office, nothing. Wednesday, the post office, nothing. Thursday, the post office, nothing. Friday, and then there's no update. It just says in transit. Friday, the darn thing ends up going back to Richland, Texas, back to him. So I don't know what the heck happened. I'm waiting to find out. He's going to go pick it up. He's going to get it back in the mail to me, which I definitely appreciate. And I hate that he had to go through all of that trouble, because, you know, I appreciated him machining it for me and getting it in the mail the first time. And I hate when stuff like that happens to people, but I don't know what happened to it. Once I find out what the deal is, I'll let you guys know. But I just don't understand what happened. It just basically went right back to him. So anyway, I'll keep you guys posted. So there's no work on the metal lathe for a while until that shows up, but he promised me he'd get it in the mail real soon, so maybe one day this coming week. Okay, that's it. Now I'm going to get back to working, and we'll open this package in a little bit and let you guys see what's in there. I just came down from the loft and I gathered up this bucket full of wood, these veneers, and of course there's some blanks in here as well. There's a bunch of them there, and I'm going to do another chaos blank. This time I'm going to attempt to put veneers between the blanks as I glue them together. So it should give a nice little effect. You know, I need to be careful to put dark veneers between light colors and vice versa. I'm going to try to do the best I can at that, but if I get a little messed up, I'm not going to worry too much about it. So I'm looking forward to giving this a try, because especially when you start cutting them, there's no way to match them up because you got every color imaginable. But it should be cool. I just finished up side 2 of this UFO album. This is a 70s rock band, and they're not like a power band. They're more subtle. A couple of the songs, believe it or not, and I may be wrong, but I heard what I thought were some Tom Petty. Like Tom Petty might have been influenced by UFO at some point, because I kind of heard a few. I don't know. That was just me listening. Maybe I heard something that nobody else will. But next up, I got a band from the 70s here, and I believe I need to look up. I think they may still be doing some shows every now and then. But Moxie, this is a cool band. I've heard a lot of their stuff. I don't remember the names of any of it though, because it's been so long ago, but I remember listening to Moxie. So this is one of the albums I picked up the other day. It's going on the turntable, and I'm going to get a chance to hear this band, and I'll have a better idea of which one of these songs I really like once this album comes off the turntable. So I'll keep you guys posted. Whew, my voice is about shot. I just did a video to promote the Mid-Ohio Valley Pin Turners Gathering, and I wanted it to be a short, quick video, but I get so excited about this stuff, and I went to the website and downloaded all the info on the show, and I just had to go through everything. I get so excited about it. I'm so passionate about it. I love it. I'm going to be at the show all day, both days, and I am so stoked. But the show is September 14th and 15th, 2019. So bear in mind the year. If this is 2020, you're going to need to go back out to the website and check the dates for the show. But the website, I want to give you the website because everything I talk about in the video is straight from the site. And the site is www.m like mid, O like Ohio, V like Valley, P like Penn, T like Turners, G like Gathering.com. Anything and everything. Registration is out there. Pricing is out there. Everything's out there. So check out the website and get the address for the show. Go to your computer, grab your cell phone, pull up your favorite map software, plug in that address, plug in your local address, and find out how far it is. And if it's a reasonable drive for you, I know some of you guys would have a very long drive or even a flight, or some of you guys, you know, maybe just can't spend that much time in a car. But if it's at all within your means, come down to the show. Be there. I am so stoked about being there, and I want to meet as many of you guys as I can. I'm so excited about the show. I can't wait. There's not that many days left until it happens, and I'm stoked. But anyway, I'm going to shut this off, and I'm going to get back to some of my projects and have a couple of cold drinks and see if I can get my voice to recover a little bit. Guys, I just finished up this Moxie album. If you like classic 70s rock, this album is just, that's all it is, man. It is just serious classic 70s rock. I think it came out in, what, 76 maybe? Yeah, 76. It is awesome. I'm right now listening to an album by The Gods, and this is classic 70s rock, but it leans a little more toward the heavy metal side. I mean, it's more in your face, kind of like more, I don't want to say like Kiss, but you know, it's more, it's faster beat, you know, it's harder driving, and it's really just in your face. I just finished side 1, can't wait to hear side 2. Let me show you what I've been working on. I'm making some new Chaos blanks. It's going to be Chaos 3.0. I've already got some of them ready to go. And I'm going to put veneers between them just to give them a different twist. And sorry to move around so much, but you notice I got a whole bunch of different wood. I got some Paduke in there. Just a bunch of different woods than we've used before. A lot of the same woods, but I'm trying to put more woods in there. This is going to be a larger Chaos blank than I've ever made. And hopefully it will yield more blanks. But I had a little issue. See this bolt right here? Down, I don't know how well you can see it right there. It's kind of, it kind of curves in. I started tightening it down to do the next cut. And the nut, I use these little, I use a nut in a wooden block so I can, you know, grip them and tighten them. It was slipping. That screw, or that bolt, is stripped. Luckily, I've got another one up here in a smaller sled. So I'm going to pull that sled down, borrow one of those bolts, and then I'll note the size of the bolt, and next time I hit the hardware store, I'll pick up another pack of, I think there's 4 in a pack or something. So I've got them on hand. I thought I had some. I've looked all over the shop, and I can't find them. And then I just happened to remember that sled up there, and it's the exact same bolt. So I got really lucky. I'll be able to continue and keep working on these. I hope to get all these cut and get at least the first glue up done today. It'd be awesome if I get the second glue up done. I just don't think I'll get that far. And maybe sometime tomorrow, I'll have the entire main glue up done, and perhaps I can start the first angle or something. It just depends on how quickly the glue dries. But that's really what I'm working on. I got my shelf over here for my stereo turntable, and I cleaned it up with the sander, and I've got a second board. I think this is going to be the bottom, and I'll shoot some bolts through the bottom board into the studs on the wall, and that's what will hold it up. I'm going to keep it really simple. I started to say, well, we're going to put a shelf on it and all this other stuff, and I thought, you know what? For now, let's just get it up out of the way, because every time I want to go up on the deck or the loft, I have to get a ladder out and put it up there and climb over the top, because I can't drop my stairs, because that's exactly where the turntable is. So I need to get it out of my way and get it up on the wall. So we're going to make a simple shelf, and then we could always come back and make something to bolt onto the bottom of this, you know, for the albums to go in. So primary objective, shelf; secondary objective, album storage. Sad, I just stripped another bolt out. So I went ahead and knocked the nut out of the wooden block, and look at that. It looks like the nut is bad, and as I'm tightening it down, it's just basically grinding away at the threads. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another bolt out of the other sled. I'm not using this hold down, so I'll move this block there. Actually, I'll just move that bolt there. and we'll get back in business. That's just wild, and I'll probably have some of these nuts, but this one here is going to go in the old refuse bin for now. I finished this album up a few minutes ago. This is a good, solid rock and roll album, but if you are a fan at all of 70s rock, this is Stars. This one happens to be called Coliseum Rock. This is insane. Every song on here is just in-your-face rock and roll. This is one I would add to my collection. Stars, Coliseum Rock. I recommend it. Of all the records I bought the other day, this so far is #1. I got 3 more Stars albums to listen to. Getting ready to put another one on. But this one is, it's awesome. Check it out. I got all my blanks dimensioned, and generally what I do is I dimension them on 2 sides. That way one of the sides can lay against a flat table, and the other side is flat, so I get a nice clean glue up. And then basically we'll glue 2 together all the way down in a line for, 12, 16 inches. And then we'll come back once we have glue ups that are doubled, and we'll shave one side of each of the doubled glue ups. See, we'll shave those sides, then we can put them together nice and square to make sure we get a good fit. There's some beautiful wood. I got red heart, I got Paduke, I got walnut, there's some canary wood in there. This is just a lot of zebra. This is just a good mix of wood. There's a piece of canary. This is a beautiful mix of wood, and it's going to make some killer blanks. But I got another problem. My darn Shop-vac is struggling for some reason. It has tons of suction, but it's like you can hear it really just like it's clogged almost. So I'm going to take it apart, and I'm going to check out all the internal filters and stuff. I've already pulled the back filter off, and there's no issue here. And even with that off, it still sounds like it's struggling. So I don't know if maybe it's just overheated and burned something up, or if it's got something plugged up in there. But I'm going to dig around a little bit and see what I can find. Took the Shop-vac apart, and as you can see, there's a little bit of dust in the filter, but that's not enough to cause it to really draw down like it's drawing down. It's not dirty inside, it's all clean, but for some reason when you turn it on, you can kind of hear it struggling, and I'm not sure why. I just wonder if perhaps the motor has gotten too hot at some point, and that's caused an issue with the impeller or something. I don't know. And it has a little bit of a smell to it, almost like an overheating smell. What's making me nervous is I haven't had this one that long, and it's already acting up, and I may end up buying a new one before you know it, because, man, I use this Shop-vac for everything. I use it all around the shop. I mean, I wasn't able to use it since it started getting hot. And look at the floor. And I use that for the car, just everywhere. So I'm going to let it cool for a good long time. And I hate to take it too much farther apart, but I may have to go into it and see if I can find anything in there that's burnt or whatever. Bottom line is I'll let it cool, and then I'm going to use it to clean up, see what happens. But I've got to use it. Even if it's bad, I'll use it until it finally burns out, and then I guess I'll get a second one. Since you guys have been gone, I have listened to the Stars album, Attention Shoppers, and I am currently listening to the Stars album, Violation. This album is another fantastic album. Coliseum Rock, I think, beats it just by maybe just barely. This is a killer album. Both of them. I don't know why we don't hear these guys on the radio. If you go out to YouTube and you look up anything from Coliseum Rock or anything from Violation by Stars, it is just good, solid rock and roll. And I'm blown away that you're not hearing it on the radio. I got a couple of songs on side 2 of Violation to finish, and then I've got one last Stars album here. That's this one. This is the self-titled Stars. I think that might have been their first album. Not 100% sure. I'll listen to that. When I'm done, I was going to go in and get some other albums and bring them down, but I think when I'm done, I'm just going to cycle back through a couple of these that I really liked, because there are a few of them that are darn good. I have been super, super busy. Let me show you what I've been working on. Here it is, guys. Each of these blanks has been jointed on 2 sides so that I can join them together in a row of 2. I have taken and squared up each of the ends of the blanks so that they fit together nice and square, and then I sanded them after I cut the ends off. I went ahead and sanded them just to get any fuzzies off. They look amazing. I got a little bit of work to do. I've got some light blanks back there that need to be worked in, like some of these darker darker areas are going to need a lighter blank just to make them look, you know, just more contrast, you know, so it pops more. And then I've got a stack of veneers over here. So we're going to have to go through these veneers and, I don't know, figure that out, how we're going to cut those into there. I'm thinking with as much dark as I've got in there, the lighter veneers actually will do the job. So I may just use straight up light veneers on this. It's going to be cool. I'm excited. Look how big this thing is. This is the biggest one I've ever made. The other ones were probably about that big by that big. This is going to be huge. I've even got a piece back here that wouldn't even fit on my little table. So keep your eyes out for this one. It is going to look amazing. The first blanks are in glue up. This time, instead of making an entire line that was 12 or 16 inches long, I decided to glue the first 2 blanks together, let that dry, then I'll come back and glue the next blanks on. So I'm going to end up building 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 lengths, one block at a time. I think what will happen is, in the past, a couple of the ones on the back, when I clamped them up, they might move a little bit. This way I can control the blanks better, which gives me a much flatter back. And when the back is flat, I can get a nice, perfectly square cut on the edges so that I can joint them very nicely with the other blanks. So real happy about this. We'll let these go for about 15-20 minutes. When it tacks up really good, we'll come back and attach another blank to them. While that glue is drying, I got something I want to share with you. A good friend of mine, Thomas Tate, made a couple of blanks and sent them to me. Check it out. This one is fairly opaque. You can't really see through it. This one, I don't know how well you can see it in the video, but notice how you can kind of see through it. I think I've got an idea for what I'm going to do with these. I don't want to say it right now because I want to make sure I can make it happen, but look for these in an upcoming video. I got an idea. Something else I want to show you. Hang tight. My 1/4 28 NF tap came in, which is great news because once I get the piece to my lathe I told you about earlier, and I did actually text my buddy. He said it came back to him and for some reason they had marked out the send to and the return address. He has no idea why. The box was a little worse for the wear, but he went ahead and put some more tape on it. He's going to get it back in the mail Monday. So the good news is it's not lost. I'm real happy about that. So hopefully sometime next week. And I watch a lot of YouTube channels other than just woodworking. I try to watch things outside of woodworking, you know, to keep because I have a lot of interest. And there's a guy named Dane Thompson, has a channel called Burn Down. I'm going to put a link in the video below. Dane sent me one of his stickers. This is an Uncle Gus sticker, and we're going to get that up on the wall. It's really cool. I sent back one of mine. If you guys like cars, Dane has an old Chevelle, and then he just bought a camper, like a Winnebago style camper that he's going to do an LS swap into, and he's going to use it to pull his Chevelle to and from shows. He's also got a 2016 Camaro that's his wife's daily driver, and she's been drag racing it. He's kind of cool. They live out in California. They drag race out at Irwindale, and he is just a hot rodder. You know, he's got a day job. He does this on the side. He's trying to do it on the cheap. He's trying to get as much horsepower out of his car as he can. And I don't know, I'm just really drawn to his videos. I love it. I want you guys to go down and check out the link below. And I want you to jump over and check out some of his older stuff, see what you think. And if you like him, subscribe and send him a comment and tell him RJB Woodturner sent you, because, you know, we were talking about me being a woodworker, and he says, well, he doesn't know a lot about woodworking, but it fascinates him. And I said, well, I'm not really a hot rodder. I know a little bit about cars, but I'm just like totally into the channel. So check him out. And if you like him, please tell him I sent you, because you know, I'm talking this guy up. I think he's a cool guy. I think he's got a great channel, got a great thing going. And I know a lot of you guys love old classic cars, and I think you're going to dig what he's doing. And also, while you're over there, request an Uncle Gus sticker. He'll be happy to send you one. Okay, I'm going to get back to work, see what else I can do. I might work on my shelf a little bit while I let that glue dry and see if I can get the last layer on there so it's ready to mount once I get the top put on it. I'll keep you guys posted. It's about time for me to call it quits in the shop today, but I think I'm going to be back out here most of the day, if not all of the day, tomorrow. Let me show you what I got. This is all that's left to glue up of those blanks. Now remember, they went all the way to this side of the table. So if you come over to here, I just got my clamps laying on the floor out of the way over here. And see, I'm just adding one piece at a time, keeping them nice and straight to make sure the back is flush so that I get a nice square cut when I want to joint them. I thought I might get all of the single glue ups done today, but I do have some other stuff I have to take care of, so that's why I got to call it quits. I should get the singles all done tomorrow and maybe get a couple of the double pieces glued together. We'll join it and glued together. We'll see how that goes. Let me show you what else I got. Here's my shelf. It's coming together quite nicely. I'm keeping it very simple. I cut a piece of this smoked plexiglass for it, and basically all I need to do is my studs on my wall are about here and here. I'll go measure them out to make it perfect. I'll center it between the studs, and then I'll shoot a couple of screws in there, and I can hang this. I'm not going to hang it till tomorrow because the glue on this was just done today on the back piece, and that's just to give me some extra support. And I haven't screwed this down yet. I need to drill some holes, countersink them, and screw this top down to the surface. And there was one other thing I had to do. What was that? I don't remember. Oh, I remember. I'm going to flip it upside down, and I got some 3-inch screws I'm going to drive in from the bottom. They'll come up to about here, and I'm going to put about 3, maybe 5 of them in there. I don't know, just to give that some extra support, because since there's no brace below this, since that is what is holding it to the wall, and like I said, the screws will be in probably here and here, you know, I want it to have as much strength as possible. But you're not talking a whole lot of weight with just a turntable. This is not fancy. It's all about function, not form, and it's going to work perfect for getting that turntable up out of the way of my main aisle back there. So that's about it. I'm pretty happy with my progress today. I do wish I would have got a little farther along on the blanks, but I've been jumping back and forth between the shelf, the blanks, the shelf, the blanks. I think I'll have the shelf finished, and I hope to have it hung tomorrow. And like I said, I'd like to have the blanks, all of the singles done, and maybe have a couple of doubles glued together. I don't know what I'll do after that or where I'll go. You'll just have to kind of come visit me and see. So that's it for me, guys. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Take her easy.